Hey everybody, welcome back, and I'm sure by now people have heard the breaking news about Jonathan Majors that he was found guilty of various charges involving the incident that happened with his ex-girlfriend. Well, guys, he was found guilty on two of the charges, and then two of the charges they did not find him guilty on. He was actually found guilty on assault and harassment, and it all stems back to an incident that happened in March with the ex-girlfriend. Now, guys, he was acquitted on intentional assault and aggravated harassment, and that seems to be a little like repetitive, but the way I understand it, that it's two separate incidences, and one of them was something that was supposedly had happened outside of his car. Well, guys, he is saying that he's going to file an appeal because he wants to clear his name, and I'm not mad at him a bit about that. But at either rate, with all that's been going on with this case, and a lot of us has been keeping up with it, Disney is saying that they need to part ways with him. And we all know that he was the Marvel star for the movies that Disney does, and he had some really good parts, and he was scheduled to do more movies, more Marvel movies with, Disney. He played Kang the Conqueror, and guys, he was loved. Everybody loved him. He played Ant-Man and the Wasp, and there were other follow-up movies that they were going to do with him, but now they're saying that Disney will not be working with him anymore. They're not saying whether they're going to replace him with somebody else for the parts, or they're just going to, leave it out and just do something a little bit differently. Guys, this has been a mess, and I know that a lot of us, like I said, has been keeping up with it. And the way it had been looking, it was more or less like she did a lot of things to him. And a lot of people are surprised, but I'm not really surprised. But a lot of people are surprised that it went this way because it was starting to look like she was the culprit in all of this because she did not want to end the relationship. Now, I think that a lot of us probably saw the video where he actually called the police because he had ended the relationship, and they came there, and she was laying in the closet. They had to get her up and take her out and took her to the hospital because, she was laying in the closet, and, he said that he hadn't done anything to her, that he just wanted her gone out of his house. Guys, like I said, it's a mess. this is not something that many people think is going to be a terrible thing for his career. A lot of people are saying that they think that more than likely, after things are kind of, calming down some, that he may be called back to do some more, because he's a good actor and he was well loved. But we don't know if there's going to be any chance at all that he'll ever work with Disney again. But he vows to clear his name, and he said that he's not going to stop here, that he's going to, continue to fight. More than likely, they are going to appeal this verdict, and hopefully, however it goes, he may be able to come to some kind of something that will allow him to be able to continue with his career, because there's a lot of talent in this young man. Now, an article from TMZ is saying that it was clear that the jury did not believe Grace Jabbari's story, which is the girlfriend, about what happened inside the vehicle. And they, basically felt that he didn't intentionally cause her any injuries there, inside of the vehicle. But they're saying basically that what went on outside of the vehicle is what they basically found him guilty on. Now, the attorney, her name is Priya Chaudhry, she stated, "We are disappointed, however, that despite not being Ms. Jabbari's, the jury nevertheless found that Mr. Majors was somehow reckless while she was attacking him." Now, guys, how can you be found liable if somebody's attacking you? Because we fuss and talk self-defense all the time. But she also went on and said, "Mr. Majors is grateful to God, his family and friends, and fans for their love and support during these hard 8 months. Mr. Majors still has faith in the process and looks forward to fully clearing his name." And guys, I have to say that if she was attacking him, even if he fought back, he has a right to fight back. Now, the DA, Alvin Bragg, and we know Alvin Bragg, he's handling another really big case there that we all know about, told TMZ, "At the Manhattan DA's office, we are committed to centering survivors in all of our work. The evidence presented throughout this trial illustrated a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse and escalating patterns of coercion far too common across the many intimate partner violent cases we see every day. Today, a jury determined that a pattern of abuse and coercion culminated with Mr. Majors assaulting and harassing his girlfriend. We thank the jury for his service and the survivor for bravely telling her story despite having to relive the trauma on the stand." Jonathan was found guilty, and after 3 days of deliberations, the jury came back with their guilty plea. And guys, we gonna wait and see what the next episode of this be. If he did abuse the young lady, and we know they say you're considered innocent until proven guilty, and he's been proven guilty by the court of law, then sentencing is appropriate. But if he didn't, and then his life and career has been, altered forever, then that would be a sad state of affairs. But at either rate, next epilogue, next chapter, see you on the other side. Smooches.